People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news is that we see that some information has been coming out as it pertains to an incident that occurred Montego Bay, St. James, by Megamart, by Island Grill in that plaza right there. Anybody that lives in Montego Bay would know exactly where I am speaking about. However, the subject in this is a person whose name is Champion Reed, OC Papi, more commonly known as Champi. Now people, a couple of days ago, Champi lost his life in a very bad way. It is said that he was exiting his car when he was chased, run down, GUN down by a group of men in a very bad way. They wanted to make sure that he was gone. And people, if you saw the car that hit him in the chest and then exited his back, there is no way he would have made it just from the injuries from just that one. And he got multiple. Now people, when I heard this, I said to myself, wherever there is smoke, there is fire. The average Jamaican, including myself, we might go to the bank, go to the plaza, get robbed, even lose our life, random case. However, the average criminal is not going to chase us down like he has a hit or we were marked for DEATH. So people, that was a red flag or that was a sign to say something in a something. This is more than meets the eye. Now people, when that incident occurred, a lot of persons start to make all sorts of label. There were mixed reaction. People were WhatsApping me, Champi a good youth. Other persons were WhatsApping me, sending me messages. Champi involved, Champi mix up with all sorts of stuff, all sorts of unscrupulous people. However, whenever anybody that lives in these uppity neighborhood lose their life, they are always a businessman. They are always an upstanding citizen. And that is how they are labeled, because he is from Ironshore. However, people, Ironshore and other places now, Montego Bay and Kingston, they have the good, the hardworking, legitimate, and they also have the illegitimate people. So therefore, let's not get it twisted. We've seen cases from the US where the feds go to Ironshore and they seize X amount of property, multi-millions of dollars property that is owned by some sort of drug dealer, that is owned by some sort of scammer. So therefore, let's not fool ourselves. Now people, like I said, there were mixed reaction. Some people say Champi is a good boy. Some people, we have to ask the question, is this a case of a good boy gone bad or gone wrong? Or is this a case of a person that is a bad boy that lost his life in a very bad way? People, I think that he was dibbling and dabbling. Well, I don't think I know, based on information that I get from law enforcement and also people upon the ground in the street. Now people, the truth is that you have some young youths in Jamaica. Some of them, they are too bright for their own good. So therefore, even though they might live a privileged life, and sometimes not so privileged life, they sit in some dark room somewhere in the garrison or uptown, and they come up with all sorts of diabolical plans of how they can scam, thief, take away from people. And it seems as if Champi was one of those youths. Well, it don't seem, he is or he was. So people, I say this to say that Champi was living a double life. One set of persons, maybe his neighbors, thought that he was a good boy. Them probably know the parents and people his father also got taken out. Maybe about less than a decade ago. Don't know the circumstances as to that, but people, usually when a father and then a son, the whole family might be involved. And I don't have any information about the father, but me just I said kind of strange. Well, not really. Jamaica is a very wicked place, so anything can happen. However, I say this to say that a lot of people, they live a double life. A lot of people, you cannot judge the book by the cover. So therefore, because your sister him live in a nice neighborhood, you automatically feel that he is a nice person. Not saying he might not have good intentions. However, there's a thing that is called greed. There's a thing that is called licky. There's a thing that is called keeping up with the Jones. Keeping up with thy neighbor. And people, one thing we know about Jamaica, it is a classist place. And if you fall off out of the neighborhood in which you live, people are going to look at you, they are going to shun you. So therefore, whenever these rich people have a specific lifestyle, they might do some stuff that they usually would not do just to keep up. Maybe that is the case with Champi. Now people, like I said, I got two pictures of Champi, and people, I am going to put the two pictures on the screen. First picture, he looks like a decent youth. Picture courtesy of It's a Blast. Give credit where credit is due. I am not a blogging thief, a predial blogging thief, so therefore I give credit where I get people's stuff from, unlike some of these dudes. The next picture that you see on your screen, same person. When I first got the picture, I was kind of conflicted. Is this him? The nose, the facial structure, the hairline, everything kind of look. However, that was verified and validated. When I spoke about this picture on my next channel, I said that, wow, this is not the typical Jamaican. The typical license firepiece holder in Jamaica would not make pictures or post pictures like this on social media. However, somebody contacted me and said that those pictures were taken in Florida. So people, nothing wrong with that. I live in Florida. I know the rules and regulation. You can buy any sort of thing. Once you don't have any sort of criminal record, you can do just about anything or buy just about anything. Once you are legal, don't have any sort of criminal record. However, it speaks to the mindset. It speaks to the state of mind that this individual has. Now people, based on information that I got, it is said that this man was involved in the underworld, and by the underworld I mean the trap, the chop, meaning scamming, meaning all sorts of not so legitimate businesses. And while I cannot verify or validate that he himself was going on the phone and making these calls to these elderly people, more than likely he was a broker. He was a middleman. He facilitated the transaction between the scammer and the persons picking up the money, the persons using their identification, the persons using their ID, their bank account, and doing the transfer. People, this is based on information that I got from law enforcement, and it was verified or validated by the street. However, it seems as if at least one of these transactions did not go according to plan. Based on the information, it is said that one of these transactions involved hundreds of thousands of dollars, Jamaican dollar, a couple thousand US. Not going to say the specific, but it was up there. Now people, it seems as if the people that did the deed did not trust what Champi was saying, that the person that was supposed to get the money was giving him the runaround. So therefore, it could have been coming from both sides. Meaning, sorry, let me speak about the people them where do the transaction, that the chopper them. They were getting the runaround that the money will take forever to be released because of some sort of identification problem, some sort of hold up at the financial institution. Now people, like I said, based on information from the street, it is also said that Champi was in some sort of conversation with some young lady about why is it taking so long. He was putting some pressure on her. Now people, like me say, did this lady actually get the money and was giving Champi the runaround? Did these people that Champi was brokering the deal for, meaning the chopper them, the scammer them, did not believe Champi? So was Champi caught between a rock and a hard place? Meaning that him no know so the lady get the money already, but she give him all sorts of cock and bull and Nancy story. And then the people that was supposed to get the money, them not believe the story Champi tell them, because it's been a little time. And people, you know, when you're dealing with illegitimate money, whenever things start to go way left, it tells you that something is wrong. It tells you that something is something. It tells you that some sort of scam, some sort of sham, some sort of trickery, some sort of craft or pull. And people, let me tell you something about scammers in Jamaica. They are the coolest. They are heartless. Them no want take no talk and worse when they are not educated. Whenever they are some yes men, whenever they sit down in these illegal boardrooms and they make decision, it is not usually a rational decision. So therefore, might this have been the reason why Champi loses life? So people, me just say, could this have been coming from the lady that was the person that was going to pick up the money? She get the money, did not want to give Champi the money, so therefore Champi can give the people that worked hard for it or scam for it the money. Or was it a case that the people say, listen, Champi take too long, him friend and him a thief, so therefore me can't catch the purse where him claims I get the money, so therefore me know where him live, I know where he hang out, so therefore we are going to make some sort of plan. Or was he going to pick up this money when he lost his life? Did the lady that's supposed to have the money set him up? People, me no know. Like I said, there is no honor amongst thieves. And when you live a kind of shaky life, especially in Jamaica. Now people, like I said, based on information that I got, it is said that Champi was doing his investigation to make sure that this lady was not scamming him, was not getting the money and giving him a 6 or 9. So therefore it is said that there was all sorts of popo getting involved. Now people, let me explain something to you about Jamaica. Jamaica is the most corrupt place. These new generation of hustlers, smugglers, scammers, thief don't like to see thief with long bag. There is no sort of honor amongst thief. So therefore, whatever illegal activity you're in, whether it is scamming, most of the persons losing their life is persons that went to school together, that once were friends turn brutal enemies. If you talk about the hustle game, whether we are talking about the Bob Marley or the Cindy Breakspear, the same thing. People greedy. People don't want to share. People don't want to go straight, fly straight. So therefore, whenever you have a bunch of snakes together in a box, they are only going to bite off each other's head. They are only going to swallow each other. They are only going to sting up and do whatever they can to each other because it is in their natural instincts. Whenever you do any sorts of thing, even when you talk about the hits for hire or contract KILLINGS, it is the same thing. Nobody trusts nobody. So therefore, when a person pays a hitman to take out whoever, if I'm lover, if I'm matey, if I'm ex, wife, whatever the case is, those same hitmen will come back and take you out if them feel like you're shaky. So therefore, at the end of the day, you might pay them. And people, I have never done this personally, but just I tell you, if you have aspirations and dreams to doing any sorts of those type of business with those type of people, more than likely you are going to lose for your life too. Because they must say to themselves, this person across somebody that they once loved, once knew, so therefore what would they do to me? So people, me just say, the moral of the story is this. When man a plan, God a wipe out. You cannot trust any sorts of body. And not because somebody come from Ironshore, somebody come from Narbrook, somebody come from Uppity or downtown in the garrison. It is what in their mind. It is the greed. It is the covetousness. It is the red eye. It is a lack of trust, lack of morals and ethics that determine what this person will do, not where they are from, especially when they are desperate. A desperate person will turn from good to bad because they are trying to keep up. And people, hype, status is one thing that causes a lot of persons in Jamaica to do a whole lot of wrongs. So people, me just say, at the end of the day, again, this is a next youth that once was good, that turned bad, and end up losing his life in a very bad way. So therefore, you cannot ever judge the book by the cover, because you don't know what somebody is thinking. You don't know what type of lifestyle this person is living. So people, me just say, be very careful, be very mindful of who you deal with, where you go, who you trust, or else you will end up losing your life in Jamaica in some very barbaric, some very brutal, some very despicable way. And people, Champi, a good boy gone bad or gone wrong, or a bad boy gone very badly. Point blank and period.